What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tim Bradley. Teofimo Lopez. Get this. Tim Bradley on Lopez win over Taylor. He says it was a fantastic performance. He was back to the old Teo. Okay. He said Teo was explosive. Bradley told Mill City Boxing. I think it had little to do with Taylor being laid off. He was a little flat. He started off good and then he died out. It was a great performance. I thought he was back to the old Teo. The counterpunching was also on point. I love the fact that he got aggressive. He started bringing it to Taylor. Taylor didn't know how to respond to that. I love the fact that he had the fire in his eyes walking forward. Even in the corner, you could see that he was focused and determined. Nothing was going to stop him last Saturday. With that kind of performance, I think he gives any 140-pound champion or any other guy out there, hell, he'll give them a run for their money. He looked fantastic. I give him credit what credit's due. Teo impressed me last Saturday, and I know he had it in him. So if I got to continue to talk shit about the boy so that he can go out and play and do what he's supposed to do, then I'm going to continue doing that. So Teo, it's up to you. It seems like when you get all the praise in the world, you don't perform. And when people talk shit about you, you perform at your very best. So you pick your poison. Those are the words of Timothy Bradley, and let me counterpunch. Awesome counterpunch from Timothy Bradley. You know, this could either be two scenarios: kill him with kindness or kill him with realness. I mean, let's look about it. Let's think about that for a minute. Okay. Teo pulled the race card because Andre and Timothy Bradley wasn't praising him or sucking him off. That's what I've seen. That's what I witnessed. It wasn't the fact they was talking bad about Teo at all. I think Teo is so used to people praising him, then when he does get subjective response or review, I think he goes that way because he's not accustomed to it. You know? And if Timothy Bradley's right, then why wouldn't he talk shit about you? If that's what you want to call it. Because again, I don't call it shit at all. Teofimo Lopez knows his last performance, not the one with Josh. The one before that was diggly dog shit. People know that. If you don't know that, you should definitely understand that Teo questioned himself, and he questioned himself because he knew it was a shit performance. He knew that. So for him lashing out at Bradley and Andre Ward was only a response from the ricochet coming from his ego. Okay? That's all that really was. Now, here's my counterpunch. See, you see Timothy Bradley gave him a good review, right? Where the hell is the response from Teo? See, where's the response now? See, had Timothy Bradley said something like, oh, well, he's still not the same Teo that I used to see, you would have heard something. You would have heard it from him. You would have heard it from his papa. You would have heard something. So when talking about certain people, and that just proves my point of what I said earlier, Teo is so used to people, or so accustomed to people sucking him off, giving him praise, that he doesn't even respond because that's what you normally supposed to do. So I am with Timothy Bradley. So if he has to say something subjective to him, about him, to make him perform better, well, I think that's what everybody should do. Because that means somebody's watching you in an unbiased way and critiquing or criticizing what you're doing, good and bad. You might not respond to the good, but you're definitely going to respond to the bad. So that does keep him sharp on the edge where he needs to be. So yeah, I'm all for it with Timothy Bradley because, again, we haven't heard anything from Teofimo Lopez speaking on what Bradley had to say good about him. And then see, that's that's the growth of a negative person with a narcissistic attitude. It's there, people. And Teo knows. See, here's the thing. Teo knows he has an ego problem. He knows that. So, it's a start at least, because at least, he's not in denial. Like, no, they just hating on me. No, that's how you want to come off when you just don't get your way because of your ego. Your ego will tell anybody that you did a great job even though you didn't. But for Timothy Bradley, though, and how he involves himself in it, he's just calling it as he sees it. Now you could spin it and say, well, you know what? He's just saying that because I got on their ass, and maybe ESPN is under review to them. No, I don't think so. Because, see, if anything, if Timothy Bradley took that personally, he didn't have to say anything at all, but he did. So, again, Teo should absolutely respond to that. But then again, you don't really hear him respond because he thinks everybody should be sucking him off at the end of the day. That's what you see when you do get positive responses from people with big egos. They just think it's something that they are supposed to hear from them because they're so good. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Teofimo Lopez not responding to the praise coming from Timothy Bradley. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!